So we are on our last chapter in math. So we are going to skip chapter 11 and we will go back to it a little bit later. But chapter 12 is finding rates. So I made this little sheet here as just kind of a go-to on examples and what it means. So the skills up to this point, everything we've done this year in math, you will need in chapter 12. That's why it's the last chapter. So the skills you're going to need are finding patterns, multiplication facts. That's always important. I hope you're still working on those. Solving in-out tables, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing whole numbers, decimals. Whoops, should be this. And fractions, and then also rounding decimals. So like I said, everything up to this point is going to be used. So basically what a rate is a ratio between two related units. For example, heartbeats per minute. I think an average number of beats in 1 minute is maybe 70. Sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, depending on the person. How many miles per gallon? That's a life skill. We want to definitely get more miles out of 1 gallon of gas or diesel. Price per pound if you're buying, food, candy, whatever. So those are just a few examples. Rates are always shown as a fraction with the denominator equaling 1, such as maybe you bought 5 pencils for $1. So 5 pencils for $1. So there's your ratio, 5 to 1. $3.50 to 1, such as $3.50 for a pound of hamburger, 1 pound of hamburger. There are lots and lots and lots of examples. So here's some vocabulary that you're going to know by the end of this unit. What a rate is. Rates can also be listed as per, like per pound, per unit. And then just knowing what a rate table is and how to solve tables. So here are some examples. There are 9 stickers per sheet. How many stickers on 5 sheets? Well, we already know that there's 9 per 1 sheet. So our ratio would be 9 to 1. So if I want to know how many there are going to be on 5 sheets, basically what I'm trying to figure out is how many on 5 sheets. So basically what you are going to do is multiply 5 times how many on each sheet? 9 equals 45 stickers. Okay, so 7 sheets, and I know that there's 9 per sheet, so basically I'm going to do 7 times 9 equals 63. Okay, I have 9 sheets, and I know there's 9 stickers per sheet, so it'd be 9 times 9 equals 81. Okay, so that's why multiplication facts. Okay, next example. There are 40 books per shelf. So think about our class library or the library in school. How many books on 10 shelves? Well, there's 40 per 1 shelf, so 40 over 1. 10 shelves, you would do 10 times 40 equals 400. 1 times 4 is 4. How many zeros do I have? 2 zeros. Okay, I have 40 books per shelf, but I have 30 shelves. So I'm going to do 30 times 40 equals 3 times 4 is 12, and I have 2 zeros. Okay, I have 40 books per shelf, but I have 50 shelves. So I'm going to do 50 shelves times 40 books on a shelf, and I'm going to get 5 times 4 is 20, add 2 zeros. Okay. Okay, I have $1.20 per box of pencils, so $1.20 to 1. Well, I have 4 boxes, so I'm going to take 4 times $1.20 equals, let's see, 4 times 1 is 4. And then 20 cents times 4 would be 80 cents. It would be $4.80. I'll take that off just a second. Okay. 6 boxes times $1.20 equals, I know 6 times 1 is 6, and 20 cents times 6 is $1.20. So I'm going to add my dollar to 6, and I have 20 cents. Okay, now we're multiplying decimals. I'm using the strategy that Carter Katzmaier likes, the partial products, which is just fine. If you have a pencil paper, you can do that on the side. Eventually, I'll let you use a calculator, but I want you to practice these skills in using rates. Okay, so I have $1.20 per box, but I have 11 boxes. So 11 times $1.20. Well, I have 11, I'm going to come down here. 11 times 1 would be $11. Now I have 11 times 20 cents. Well, I know that there's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. There's 5 for $1, and another 5 would be $2, but I'd need one more. So it'd be $2.20 equals $13.20. Otherwise, if you wanted to do that type of problem, that is just fine. There's more than one way to solve a problem, right? Okay, so that is when we know what the unit is, the unit price or the unit on each shelf when we're given the unit. Now here is where we have to figure out the miles per hour, the price per uniform. So now we're going to do the backwards strategy. Now here, when we were given the unit price or the unit, we multiplied. Well, when we are given the total and we have to go backwards, what are we going to do? That's right, we're going to divide. So we drove 360 miles in 6 hours. Oh, long day driving. How many miles did we drive per hour or in 1 hour? So here's my problem. It's 360 over 6 hours. So there's my division, 360. I can't do divided by 6 equals 60. So we drove 60 miles in 1 hour, or 60 miles per hour. Okay, we have uniforms. Maybe the baseball or softball or track team, maybe somebody's tennis team, they're buying new uniforms. So the baseball team bought 15 new uniforms for $750. Well, my total was 750, and I'm going to divide that by 15 uniforms to get the price per uniform. So 750 divided by 15. I've already done this problem. It is $25 per uniform. I just divided. Opposite of what we did up here. Okay, so we're finding the price per uniform or the miles per hour. Now here's that word per. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. I had to do this. Okay, per is the same thing as a rate. Per gives you that clue that you're trying to find per one thing. Okay, last one. In math class, Megan has a total of 375 points in math class, and she has completed 15 assignments. What is her average point per assignment? Well, she has a total of 375 points, and she has completed 15 assignments. So you're going to do 300 divided by 15 equals, I can't remember what it was. I want to say 15 goes in 37 twice. 75, I think it's 27. 15, 4, it's 25. So she has 25 points per assignment. Now that would be an average, right? So there's finding the median, or the mean, sorry, finding the mean. Okay, so 25 points. So to find per, that is also a clue word for divide. Whenever you see the word per, means division. It's a clue word for division. Now, some of you like to do the opposite and do, well, what times 15 equals 375? Either way, I don't care. Okay, so now I asked you to go to page 312 in your math journal. And this is just a page we're going to talk about finding rates using a table. Now, if you turn this table kind of on its side so it's up and down, there basically you have an in-out table. So it's very similar. So here's an example. We're going to do a couple of these together, and then I'm going to have you finish this as an assignment for tomorrow. Okay, so for each problem, fill in the rate table, then answer the question below the table. So Bill's new car can travel 35 miles on 1 gallon of gas. Okay, they've given us the unit. So 35 miles per 1 gallon. Okay, how many on 2 gallons? What would you do? 35 plus another 35, or 35 times 2. So you get 70. I know some of you are not really liking having to use this. I agree. Some of you have a mouse, which makes it a little bit easier. But on your Chromebook, you do have to manipulate, which is fine. Or some of you have learned to use this. So 35 miles in 1 gallon. How many on 3 gallons of gas? Well, you take 35 times 3. And then this little thing can move it up. So you're going to take this times 3. I'm going to add another text box. That would be 100, let's see, 105. I'm just multiplying in my head. So if you would rather use this text box, use it. That's what this is. Okay, so if you keep going, 35 times 4, that's basically what you're going to keep doing. 35 times 5, 35 times 6, 35 times 7, 35 times 8. Okay, so pretty easy. There's your patterns too. You're counting by 35s. Just keep adding on 35, 35, 35 more, 35 more, 35 more, 35 more. Or multiply the gallons times 35. Okay, so at this rate, about how far can the car travel on 7 gallons of gas? Well, I'm not going to do this. You guys can do that. I will complete this and give this out to you tomorrow so you can check your work. So if I did 7 times 35, I should get 245, I believe. I did my math right. So let's see, 35, 21, yeah. So this would be 245 miles on 7 gallons of gas. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, Jennifer earns $8 for every 4